everyone, welcome to Sue's Cooking. I'm Sue Moulton, your Pampered Chef Consultant, and this is my sweetheart daughter. And Katie came over, we were doing some work together. She was working on her computer and I was working on mine, but we were in the same space and we decided it was time to get something to eat. So I offered to make her Nutella waffles. So I'm wicked excited about that. I hope that you guys enjoy the waffle maker. This is the same recipe that you would use if you were going to make the ice cream cone. So I will take my waffle and I will curl it into a cone, and then I'll probably even dip it in chocolate and put sprinkles on it. So if that works out great, that'll be a fun thing that you can do this summer with your kids. And remember, with the waffle cones, you put a little marshmallow in the bottom. So I'll let Katie go and I'll get cooking. So I'm going to use our new batter dispenser. Very fun. This is going to mix up our batter. It has 3 settings on here so that if you're using the mini muffin pan, the brownie pan, or the waffle pan, you can change how much batter is being dispensed at a time. And the way this works is very similar to our whipped cream maker, where you're going to take the bottom part off and I'm going to whip up the batter, and then when I'm done I'm going to put this on and use this to plunge and push the batter out like a cookie scoop. So it's great because the bottom has this little hole, and you'll see here that it'll be able to dispense out our batter when I get it all mixed together. So a couple quick tips that you may not know: when you're using flour, you should actually fluff your flour a little bit if you don't sift it. Remember back in the days they used to sift flour? None of us do that anymore, right? But you should fluff your flour. So tip for the batter maker, you want to put your liquids in first. So with this, it is a 1/4 cup of water and a 1/4 cup of milk. So we're going to stick that in first. I guess I should probably put this on here just in case it leaks out just a smidge. And then we're going to put in 2 tablespoons. I'm using the 1 cup glass prep bowl, which has etched numbers on the side. And this is a 1 cup prep bowl. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of melted butter in here. And then I am going to put an egg. Again, 1 cup prep bowl. Tip for all of you: you definitely want to crack your egg into a separate container to make sure that you don't get any yolks and eggshells mixed together, depending upon what you're doing. And now we're going to use 3/4 of a cup of flour. So our measuring cups all stack nicely together, and what I like about our set is there's actually a 3/4 cup size, which a lot of measuring cups don't have that. So let me get that. And then we're going to do a teaspoon of baking powder. So I have 2 ways I can do teaspoons. This one is our adjustable measuring one. I use this one the most. It goes from 1/8 of a teaspoon all the way to 1 teaspoon, and it comes apart for easy cleaning. And then the other one, these all stack together and they line up on top of each other, and you can scoop out with that. So I'm going to use 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And this recipe, by the way, is on my Pampered Chef website, so you don't have to remember it all. And then we're going to use 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, a 1/2 cup of sugar, and you might be looking at these going, hey, those are really cool. These are King Arthur. My friend Karen Batty and I went for a jaunt last summer up there, and I spent way too much money on way too many cooking things. Things that Pampered Chef didn't have, but that were really fun. So I guess I am a Pampered Chef junkie. I just love my kitchen gadgets. Then we're going to use a little bit of vanilla extract. I always put vanilla in my baking. I don't know about you, but like when I'm doing brownies and things like that, I usually double the amount of vanilla I use. So we're going to use a little bit extra vanilla in this because it just makes it taste better, right? And that's it. So now, let me just clean up my mess. I tend to fly things when I'm going. And we're just going to put the cover on and we're going to lock it like this. Lock it, and then we're just going to plunge, just like you do with the whipped cream maker, just to get it all mixed up really well. I guess I could have easily doubled this recipe. There's plenty of room. And this fits an entire box of cake mix. So if you're going to do a chocolate cake or whatever, it'll fit right up to the tippity top. So now we're going to use our kitchen spritzer. We're going to tighten the kitchen spritzer, and then we're going to pump our own air in, because you don't want to use Pam spray on our cookware or on our stoneware, because it will create a gummy, filmy buildup. I'm going to just back up a little bit so that you can see my waffle pan on my stove. So I've had it preheating here for about 3 to 5 minutes. Maybe it's been longer because I've been chatting and prepping. But I'm going to go ahead and spritzer in here. And then this will work on a flat top stove, it'll work on an electric, and it'll work on a gas stove. So now what we're going to do is we're going to open and release the plunger, and we're going to scrape it off to the side so it doesn't drip, but we're going to put the little plunging part on it so it will actually push the dough out. And then we're going to take the bottom off, and we're going to pull the trigger, and we're going to put some waffle mix in here. And it's going to cook a couple minutes per side, and then it's going to be done. Now, the last time you saw me go Facebook Live on this, I actually made a savory one. So I used herb de Provence in the batter mix. I chopped some scallions and chives, and I put that in as well as I was baking it. Some of the girls have actually taken pizza crust and they put it in there. They've done pizza crust, they've done pie crust, they did cinnamon rolls, like, you know, Pillsbury cinnamon rolls. They just cut the cinnamon rolls, put it in, they bake that, and it bakes into these beautiful little bubbles. So this is a bubble waffle maker. So it's different than your regular waffle maker, which has holes for your syrup. This bubbles up. So this is perfect for making like a panini or a fancy sandwich. This is going to be great because I'm going to take it and I'm going to roll my first one into a circle, and I'm going to make an ice cream cone out of it, and then you can dip it into chocolate and into Jimmy's. It'll come out great. And so we're going to get that going. So while that's happening, let me tell you about a couple other things that I got going here. So sometimes people are asking me what I have in my background, and this is not Pampered Chef, but if you're watching this as a playback in my virtual parties, which I'm going to post these, I'm going to ask you what this tiny coffee pot is for. So this tiny coffee pot actually keeps my coffee grounds, because I have a couple hostesses that one works at the water treatment system, and then I have a dear friend of mine, and they are a septic inspector, and I use fresh coffee grounds in my French press, and I was dumping them down my drain, and they were like, don't do that, recycle it, compost it. So I found out that when my husband bought 12 blueberry bushes last year, that they love coffee grounds. Like, acidic soil is really good for blueberries and for rose bushes. So when it gets full, I go out and I dump it on my rose bush, or I dump it on the blueberries. And the other one is a composting bucket that has these great little filters in them. And there's 2 sets of filters, and that's perfect for keeping the smell out of my compost. And we do a lot of composting in gardens. Ooh, I think I cooked it too long. It's smelling a little hot. So couple more minutes and this is going to be ready. Thanks for joining me. So I have posted on my VIP customer page. So if you're not part of my VIP customer page, it is for customers, not consultants. So I'm sorry if you're a consultant. I won't add you. It's just for my customers. But there's a promotion going on right now that you can win this whipped cream batter mixer and dispenser for free if you buy your Mother's Day gift before midnight tomorrow night. So April 30th, anybody who places an order on the link that I posted over there and sends me a message so that I know that the order has gone in before midnight tomorrow night, April 30th, then you'll get entered into the drawing, and I'll do a drawing on who gets to win this batter mixer. All right, so I think we're done. Oh yeah, my first one was a little overcooked. It was a little hot. All right, girls, we're learning our lesson. It smelled a little overcooked the first side. The second side looks good. Ooh, guess I should have my plate here. All right, let's do the next one. I'll show you how it came out. Just one sec. So you're supposed to heat the pan for about 3 to 5 minutes. I was prepping and talking too long, so next time I'll use a timer. You too can be a Pampered Chef consultant, right? We're the Pampered Chef, not the perfect chef. All right, so that's going. We're going to set a timer this time. So that's that, and let me show you how it came out. Look at how cool this is. And then what I'm going to do is, let me grab a coffee mug, and we're going to put it in a coffee mug, and we're going to twist it. And what you do is you just stick it in your coffee mug like this, and it will harden, and then this will become my ice cream cone. So how cool is that? I'll show you the finished product when it cools down and it stays in its shape. And what you're going to do is you're going to put a marshmallow at the bottom so that it does not leak out your ice cream out of the bottom. So very cool. So thanks for watching Sue's Cooking. If you are interested in getting any of the specials for Mother's Day, just private message me if you're not already on my VIP customer page. Thanks for joining Sue's Cooking.